this right in the area where I have my toothbrush. Make that sort of part of the routine before you go to bed at night. It's effortless. As we were saying, you get a metered dose, the beautiful viscosity and slip. A little goes a long way. And if you feel a little bit of a tingle, Will, is that okay?
I'm completely encouraged by that. Once again, it's a treatment. So you might feel a little bit of a tingle, you might feel a little bit of warmth. Wonderful. That's exactly what we would expect. When we talk about retinols, what do? They increase surface cell turnover. So you may see a little bit of redness. You may see a little bit of dryness. You may see a little bit of flakiness. Definitely a lot less than with one of the older, less efficacious forms of retinol that you may have heard of in the past. Nonetheless, you still may get that. I'm encouraged by it. It means it's working. It's doing its job. It's increasing the surface cell turnover, which is going to diminish the look of fine lines, diminish the look of wrinkles. And
also, let's talk about just the whole packaging, because again, for the efficacy and the potency, you want fresh. So there's been a lot of boring but very important things that have gone into the packaging.
17 patents. This is not the everyday product. This is a really unique scientific product.
And this is a porcelain bottle, so you don't get any issues with the sun sort of getting there to sort of minimize the potency.
Yeah, that's correct. Retinol itself as a molecule is very unstable, and what breaks it down is exposure to light. And this is a porcelain glass bottle. Light can't penetrate it, and as there's so many steps, that's just one example. So many steps have come into play so that it's stabilized in the way that it's manufactured, packaged, formulated, and sent out.
From the first pump to the 60th pump, because this is a 60-day supply, you're going to get the same fresh potency, that stabilized retinol with the tetraol E. I want to talk about amino acids as well, because again, I think if you're somebody who's been shopping with us here at the Shopping Channel, or you've been to a dermatologist like Dr. Kirby before, you may be familiar with some of those buzzwords. And amino acids, very important.
Amino acids are the building blocks of life. They're imperative in any skincare regime. The amino acids are contained within the tetraol E, which is part of this partnership between these two products. It's the tetraol E which firms, tightens, restores elasticity. In conjunction with that stabilized retinol technology, we married those two products together to form this proprietary formulation. So you get the same benefits of the retinols that you've heard from in the past, benefits which are quantified with more than 2,800 publications. Now it's in a very hydrating form, allows it to be much more tolerable, and it also contains antioxidants, which helps with the tolerability as well. I can tell you as a board-certified dermatologist, I have access to thousands and thousands and thousands of products, and this is what I use on my face every single night. And I wouldn't use something that I didn't think was incredibly efficacious.
Yeah, and you can put it to your test. We have a 30-day money-back guarantee. 1-888-2020-888. That is our toll-free number. Of course, we take major credit cards. You can certainly order that way, but also through our website at theshoppingchannel.com. This is a 60-day supply. You've never tried anything like the Retinol NX Serum from Neutrogena Dermatologics before today, and we will only be able to offer this to you here at the Shopping Channel. Don't go looking for it anywhere else in Canada right now. It is exclusively available here. We've also given you an extra interest-free pay, so you have $18.75 to put down today, plus your shipping and handling and taxes. What sort of a financial commitment have you given to yourself for a skincare regimen already? Imagine now increasing the benefits and the results by incorporating this powerhouse into your regimen, because the issue with us as we age, we don't get quite the turnover that our little peanuts get. You know, your little one, he's only 6 weeks old.
I think that's a great example. You know, if you look at, maybe you have a niece or a nephew or a baby in your family, look at a younger person's skin, and what do you notice? It's baby soft, luminosity, it's silky, it's plump, and the reason is those cells are turning over very quickly. As adults, that surface cell turnover slows down dramatically, slows down to about 35 to 57 days. So what happens there? Well, you lose that luster, you get a dull hue, it looks sort of sallow, and what we want to do is increase that surface cell turnover. We want to make it more youthful. So what's happening with the baby skin? Those cells are turning over very, very quickly. What's happening with adult skin? Those cells are turning over very, very slowly. And a product with a stabilized retinol in it increases that surface cell turnover. Problem with retinols in the past, they weren't very well tolerated. Neutrogena Dermatologics has solved that problem, and it makes it so that adults can use a product like this and really restore their skin to have a more youthful appearance.
Right, and you don't have to hide away and be fearful you need that extra downtime or any of that. You're going to absolutely get that beautiful radiance that we talk about, that plumping, that cell turnover as well. And we're going to show you some information just to sort of illustrate again what we're talking about.
Here's the animation again. Imagine that is a wrinkle or a line on your face. The product penetrates that upper stratum corneum, that upper epidermal layer, increases surface cell turnover and very, very quickly diminishes the look of fine lines, diminishes the look of wrinkles, really assists in that aging process. Superior anti-aging benefits is the one phrase that I would associate with this product.
All right, and you know something I'm really excited about with the Retinol NX too is that it's not just everywhere but the eyes. You can also address the under eye wrinkles and the crow's feet as well. And of course that's one of the first areas that we may have issues with. And it's also the finest skin, isn't it?
The thinnest skin on the entire human body is around the eyes. And that's why people come to my office and I say, what's the area that bothered you most, or what's the area where you first saw the signs of aging? And they always say around the eyes.
Yeah.
This is a product, like you said, it's great around the eyes. I recommend a full facial treatment. So what you do is you apply that pearl size amount is enough to cover your entire face. It's broad, it's in its scope, meaning I want you to cover your entire face with this because it works to help reduce the appearance of aging skin, but it also reduces the aging process over time. And that's really why we recommend it for all age groups and all skin types. In that study that we talked about earlier, that was done from the age of 35 to 60, the patients in that study. I recommend it for as young as 18, 60 plus, much older than 60, because a stabilized retinol, this technology is something that should be in every anti-aging regime.
And it doesn't matter if you have a dry, sensitive complexion like myself, or if you've got combination or more oily complexion. It is moisturizing, and hydrating, which is interesting because it's a serum. But that's okay if you have an oilier complexion. Of course, I love it as a dry skin girl, but
absolutely, because it increases surface cell turnover. It's so in any skincare regime, if you come to my office, and people come to my office in Beverly Hills every day, they make an appointment with me, and I tell them, bring in your products so we can see what you're doing and why you're not happy. And people will bring in a big sack of products. They dump them out on the counter, they dump them out on the table, and they say, I use this in the morning, and this is the hydrating, this exfoliating, this moisturizing, and this, and this, and this. And we say, whoa, 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 whoa. Slow down. Let's prioritize everything in your skincare regime, and let's simplify it so that you are compliant and that you're getting good results. Number one, you have to use a broad spectrum sunscreen every day. Number two, you have to have a stabilized retinol technology. And in the past, that retinol wasn't very tolerable, and now it is. So those two things alone are by far the two most important things. Everything else falls way, way, way down that hierarchy. That's not to say there's not other amazing things out there, but they take a back seat and they're a lower priority than sunscreen and stabilized retinol.
All right, and so here's your opportunity to see what the fuss is about and be one of the first in Canada, because truly you're not going to find this product, the Retinol NX from Neutrogena Dermatologics, anywhere else but right here. This is actually the first out of this division, the skincare line, and it has been a long time coming. There has been clinicals and studies to back up the findings. And it's so unique and different compared to any of those other retinol products that perhaps you've tried before and you failed at, like myself, or you know, you really are somebody who's been a bit skeptical about the results. We're going to show you again exactly what you can expect to see with the Retinol NX Serum.
And once again, these studies are for a double-blind dermatologist-done clinical study. These are not just statistics I pulled up. These are actual statistics from medical literature. You get a lifted appearance in as fast as 2 minutes and exceptional hydration lasting up to 24 hours. And that's with the first use. That's after a one-time use. You start to notice that tingling, that tightening feeling. After 4 weeks, 97% of users showed improvement in the appearance of crow's feet and fine lines, and 89% showed improvement in the appearance of stubborn forehead wrinkles. 4 weeks is not a long time, so most people are really pleased when you
and
get
we have a
statistic
30-day money-back
that.
guarantee.
There you
too.
go. So over the course of those 30 days, in accordance with these statistics, you'll absolutely see great results.
Love that.
But the product continues to work over a course of weeks. 70% showed improvement in the appearance of stubborn under eye wrinkles after 8 weeks.
And that's what you want.
And that's, once again, if you noted the numbers that I quoted earlier from medical literature, the skin cell cycle on an adult human is 35 to 57 days. Well, what are we looking at in our study here? It was purposely done. Neutrogena Dermatologics actually absolutely does everything meticulously. That study, they checked it out day 1, 4 weeks, and 8 weeks, which falls right in line with that 35 to 57-day period. And as a result, they wanted to quantify it that way so people could really see how that skin cell cycle works and how they're going to get those results, those reproducible results.
Exactly. Now, there's a reason why this is so unique, and this proprietary formula with the stabilized retinol and with the Tetrol E in combination, why it is at such an incredible level, and why it has 17 patents. It's something that is in a league of its own, and until you get it home and combine it perhaps